radio station you guys on?
Radio Tribune.
Huh?
Radio Tribune.
So is it online or is it on?
Yeah, it's online.
Okay.
You want to be on?
Huh?
You want to be on?
No, I'm good. Alright, guys.
Ready?
Go.
Hello, Las Vegas. This is Rolando Larraz on Face the Tribune. Remember, if you have nothing to hide, if you have nothing hiding, if you have no corruption listed in your Facebook, you can face the Tribune. But if not, we are going to face you. With me today, as always, is Mr. Producer and my co-host, Mr. Clark Philly. And we are back on the air, Clark.
Still, yeah.
We are back on the air. I wonder how long these people are gonna let us stay in the air again.
You see any black trucks in the neighborhood?
I don't know. I see white trucks.
Uh,
When I see
maybe
the
they're
white
changing
truck,
color.
I see the white trucks are the police.
Oh.
They used to do those bands. They used to do stakeout in the bands.
Yeah, they used to use cable vans, ice cream trucks.
Yeah.
You know, I've watched those shows on TV. I see what they use.
So I tell you, I like to know. I like somebody. If any Democrat is listening to this show, I doubt it, but if any Democrat is listening to this show, I would like for them to tell me what category is Hillary Clinton, because she kept blasting the rich. She's blasting the wealthy. And I want to know how a person that make $10 million a year, it's almost $1 million a month.
Do you think that's all they really made was a
No, of course not. Of course not. You know, I know that. That's why I'm saying it has to be. If you cannot live with $1 million, Mrs. Clinton, let me give you a secret. Let me tell you a secret. Let me put you up to date. There are people that are working for what you do in one day, they do in 1 year. So please don't try to tell people that you are like them, because you are not like them. Okay, you're not like us. I make maybe what you make in 1 hour, I make it for the whole month. And so please don't tell me how the rich people, how the wealthy people want to abuse. People like you are the abusers. People like you and your husband are the abusers. You know, so stop complaining, stop bitching, stop doing all that stupid thing that you do, because you're not gonna confuse anybody. And if I can help any confusing person, then I will come in here in this line thin microphone, you know, and it cost me 3 months to be able to buy this microphone. You can buy 1 million microphones with the money you make. So don't complain, don't blast the rich people, don't blast the wealthy people, because you are among them.
She doesn't have anything else she can talk about.
It's like Harry Reid went over to the Review Journal one day. Okay, look at the building in the Review Journal. The lobby alone is, and I'm not criticizing the Review Journal, believe me, if I could do it, I will do it too. But it's a private enterprise. But she's not a private enterprise. She's a government. She's gonna tell me that she get out of the White House broke? What do you mean broke? You only got 2 million? Probably not, probably more than that, but I'm just using numbers to put in. Come on, Harry Reid went over there to meet with the Mexicans, people that are discussing immigration and all that stuff. And he said, because the wealthy, what do you mean the wealthy? You got 4 SUV, 4. No, three, I'm
You think
sorry.
he pays for those?
No, that's a Secret Service.
Of course.
Yeah, he got one in the front, one in the back, and the one he's driving, he's riding on. He don't even drive. And now that he's using a cane, it's even worse. They probably have to lift him into the SUV. He cannot go sit down in the SUV, you know. But he don't call him a cane. He call him a walking stick. Same thing.
Well, those Washingtonians, they always have to change the words.
Yeah,
They have to put a spin on everything.
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Walking.
Affordable Care Act. What's affordable?
What is affordable?
And where's the care?
And now there is an insurance company that's going out of business. I
Aetna.
forgot. Aetna?
Aetna won't be around in 17. I think it affects Nevada here. Sometimes they drop out of certain states.
It maybe affect the culinary unions.
Yeah, well, they're a big outfit.
And I think they should be the ones that get affected. So because the culinary union lobby for the.
Well, you know, the only way you
Obama
can bring home the message to some of these people, like the unions and so forth, are the Democratic Party doesn't really support you. They're anti-everything. When is it going to hit home? When your paychecks keep going down? Will you get it then? That's caused by Obama policies?
I'm trying to find another name that they have changed, but I forgot. Right now, it don't come to mind. But we're gonna do a show like that. We're gonna do a show thinking about the names changes. I don't know what they're trying to do. It sounds like they following the pattern from the hotels here. They change the name of every hotel.
Well, they don't want any differentiation anymore in words like man. They have to eliminate that in our vocabulary. And woman. It's all a matter of feelings. What do you feel like? So you're not a man, you're not a woman, it's whatever your emotions are. So they're going to eliminate the word man.
Are you serious?
And yes, this is Alinsky or whatever it is. This is the game plan of these species.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So what am I now?
It depends on what you feel. Nobody can call you a man. It's only up to you. So they have to eliminate the word.
So how people call me? If I walk in there, is there a man walking in the door? No,
you can't say that.
A person.
You can say that you're coming in the door, whatever. You know, man coming, you can put out a warning to all the other people to scurry because they don't like
Or maybe
men.
they use the word person, no?
Well, for a while, they'll end up changing that.
An individual.
It's all amount of control.
Oh my
Why does the government have to think that they have to control everything? They have to control your language. Everything has to be politically correct.
So you cannot even say male because maybe the person walking in doesn't feel like a male.
No. The bathroom issues and all this stuff, you know, science, there is a difference between male and female. There is a distinct difference. But they have to avoid that difference because they want to divide us on our language even. That's part of the way the Roman Empire bit the dust. They started living in decadence. They started just going to orgies in their togas and stuff. I mean, it's just a despicable. Everything happens like this. This is the natural progression when you get leadership that has an agenda to destroy the country. That's what they do.
And you know, let me tell you, I think the politicians, the campaign, the candidates running for office, any office at all, they should stop confusing the voters. They should.
What else do they have? They're not going to run on their ideas. They don't have any.
Well,
so you have to confuse them.
Because let me tell you, and so people don't say that I only attack Democrats. which it might be true, but I tell you,
I have reason to.
I support every one of those county commissioners that are sitting over there, with the exception of Tom Collins. I didn't endorse him. We didn't support him. And I will support him for mayor of North Las Vegas because I believe that that piece of trash that's sitting over there now, then is body with Ross Miller, the former Secretary of State of the state of Nevada. You know, he need to go. That what's his name? John Miller, John Lee. He need to go. He cannot be there. I will team up with Tom Collins now. But I'm just saying, every one of those people over there are Democrats. Well, this year I will not support anybody else in there except Steve Sisolak and Larry Brown. Uh, I will not support Larry Weekly, but I will. I'm talking about me, myself, personal. The newspaper do not endorse anymore. I believe the newspaper is right when they said that these endorsements is a myth. People, if you don't advertise, if you don't, they don't endorse you. You know, only time they do endorse you is when they can get something out of you. That's what the endorsements are. You know, the union endorse you, and the association, the Chamber of Commerce. Look what happened with the Latin Chamber of Commerce. They endorse him.
Nice.
What's her first name? Catherine Cortez Masto. They endorsed her, and now, probably following orders from Harry Reid, they withdraw the endorsement and they endorse somebody else.
So what's going on there?
I don't know what's going on. I talked to Catherine Cortez Masto the other day, about 3 days ago, I think it was, and she didn't confirm or deny anything. And but that was my point. I don't go by the party. I go by the behavior of the candidate. What those commercials that they are running against Catherine Cortez Masto, and I'm going to write about that next week in Las Vegas Tribune. I can elaborate a little bit more. You can read Las Vegas Tribune next Wednesday, and I'm going to write about that. Those numbers that they are coming out with about the crime in Las Vegas, in Nevada, while she was the Attorney General, have nothing to do with her. Before the crime take to her level, you have to blame Metro, you have to blame North Las Vegas police, you have to blame Boulder City, Laughlin, you have to blame all those people, and then you have to blame the district attorney in order to get to her level. Okay? Normally, and I put a call over there to the Attorney General's office today to make sure, but I think they were not open yet. It was too early in the morning, and then I forgot, to be honest with you. Attorney General's office, normally they deal with people in government. They either defend people in government or they prosecute people in government that make mistakes. You know, I don't know how, or if it's a conflict of interest, somebody from the district attorney committed crime, which I doubt that the newspapers in Las Vegas are going to write about that or bring it up to the light. But if they commit a crime, then it's a conflict of interest because somebody in the district attorney's office is not going to prosecute somebody within the district attorney's office. That's my personal opinion.
Was that the Attorney General of Pennsylvania or someone that just got convicted?
Yeah,
Was Attorney General, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the attorney general.
Every now and then,
She's,
something starts
She was
to
doing
move.
something, I forgot what she was doing. But
Hiding evidence and
That's what it
lying
was.
and all kinds of stuff.
Huh?
Well, what
she
typical?
got arrested too.
Yeah, well, who arrested her? That's what I'd like to know. I think we all need to move to Pennsylvania. That's a good sign. We sure as hell need to get out of Nevada, I'll tell you what.
But I know that, I know, but believe me, those events are very, very much apart and very much away from each other. It don't happen every day. Believe me, it doesn't happen every day. And don't tell me that people in government don't commit crime and don't make errors and don't make mistakes. They do every day, but they cover for each other.
Yeah, and that's the reason why it's there and it's blatant.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to stop, and the only way you can stop it is through enforcement.
But Catherine Cortez Masto is probably the best qualified candidate to become the U.S. Senate and for Nevada.
What?
I think she is.
Oh my
She
God.
did. Look at her record. Look at her
That's what
record.
I am looking at.
What? Okay, tell me what she did wrong.
Well, the taxpayers in Nevada are now responsible for $1 million payment of taxpayer money to a company that she was in charge of the whatever it was, litigation or what have you, and she made some decisions that put this company in a position to have to pay a lot in legal fees and so forth that were not called for. So now,
but also
Judge Gonzalez has made a ruling that money has to go back to that company. Now, who's going to pay it? Maestro? No. It's going to be the taxpayers of the state of Nevada. So she cost the taxpayers.
But also
what do you think she's going to do?
But also she sued all the the insurance company or something with this. She was against Obamacare. She was not. She is. She's against human trafficking. She's against child pornography. She did a lot of stuff for the community, for the people of Nevada. Not only necessarily that high level thing. I believe I was not prepared for that today. So, but believe me, she saved Nevada a lot of money, and that was her position, that was her job to do, and she did it. While everybody else was against, she took the heat and she did it and she won. Saved Nevada millions and millions of dollars. But I believe she can do a better job in the Senate than Joe Hackett. As simple as that. Anything that the Latin Chamber of Commerce support normally is not the right thing for Nevada or for the business people in Las Vegas. That's is the truth. I believe that they do things only for the benefit of themselves inside the Latin Chamber of Commerce. That is my opinion. My name is Rolando Larraz, and that's the way I think. It's not Radio Tribune, it's not Las Vegas Tribune, it's nothing else. It's me, myself, only me. They're saying that I believe that the Latin Chamber of Commerce is not looking at what is good for the Nevadans. And forget about Nevadans. They don't even count outside Las Vegas. They are Las Vegas Latin Chamber of Commerce. Okay? And that's the reason why they got the Review Journal now doing all these good articles about them to make it look good. So the politician, it's coincidence. Only in election time, the Review Journal bring out the good of some people that don't need to be bring out, but they do that. And now the Review Journal in 1 week, 2 big full page articles about the Latin Chamber of Commerce that was full of lies, okay? And bothers me that Auto Mérida have the audacity to withdraw. I accept that they didn't endorse Ruben Kihuen, which it could be taken as a badge of honor because Otto Mérida and Ruben Kihuen are buddies. They are good friends, and they didn't endorse Ruben Kihuen and they went and endorsed Crescent Harry. Don't tell me that because Otto Mérida is a Republican, because Otto Mérida also participated in the foundation of the Republicans for Harry Reid. Otto Mérida, in my personal opinion, again, my name is Rolando Larraz and I take responsibility. In my opinion, Otto Mérida is owned by Harry Reid. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. I believe that. I believe that Otto Mérida will do anything and will say anything that Harry Reid tell him to do. Why? I gonna hold that for a little bit later. I know the reason, but I'm going to hold on into that a little bit later, a little more into the election circle. We got 83 weeks to go, so we got time.
83 weeks? Holy smokes.
No.
83 days.
83 days.
83 weeks.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That would
It's
be
gonna go
crazy.
another year and 3
2
quarters.
years, right?
Oh, almost. Man, oh man.
52 weeks is 1 year, so that would be almost a year and a half. My
Guy was
God.
saying the other night on the show that politics and running for us should end on Memorial Day and not start up until Labor Day. The summer should be off. And that's a good point.
Yeah, why?
Because what's happened in the summer is just more lies floating all over the place, the media going crazy. It just gives them more time to make up more lies and confuse more people. Because people, the low information people, are confused. They live confused. They don't know anything
And
else.
another thing that bothers me, Clark, is when they have information that are true, information that are real, and they wait a year, 2 years, 3 years until election time to come out with that.
What do they ever report that's true? Did I miss
Well,
something?
Well, assuming that it is true, they hold on
Oh.
into something.
Well,
And
if it
I
doesn't
tell you,
support them,
and
they
I
never
tell
bring it
you,
up.
I'm going to make a disclaimer. I am guilty of that because I am holding, and I'm going to stop holding because I'm not going to hold anymore. Because I just realized what I just said. I'm holding an information about a candidate campaign manager that is very, very discreditable. And I'm going to have to put it out because I believe that the people need to know. Because if that candidate hired that campaign manager, listen to that campaign manager, obey orders from that campaign manager, knowing that that campaign manager is a criminal, they should be responsible for that.
How do you explain Hillary Clinton?
I always believe, no, but I'm talking about in the local.
Anybody. How do you explain anybody that goes and lies and is a criminal? How do you explain any of that? You can't. Everything's upside down in this world.
What bothers me about Hillary Clinton is not that she lied. I guarantee you that almost every human being lie at one time or another one during any day of their life. That's my way of seeing it. Either intentionally, unintentionally, or what they call white lies, or lie is a lie. You get stopped by the police, and the police say you was going 55. Oh, I didn't even know. Oh my God, you know.
Well, there's a big difference though
It's a lie.
when you do a private server for your emails. Why did she even think of doing that? Is because that's the type of person she is. She is all
That's
about
what I was
herself,
getting at.
and
That's
then
why.
that creates a death. I think the guy that was killed in Iran, who was a spy for us, apparently, she exposed him, and now they killed him the other day. This is the type of stuff. Now that repercussions all throughout the world. Who is going to trust anyone in the American government anymore?
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah,
That's what I get at. She can lie, but when she get caught in a lie, she's so
she
cynical.
lies about the lie.
She's so cynical that she look at you in the face and say, no,
I didn't.
I didn't do that. How can anybody would do something like that?
I saw that ad.
But
I don't know if it's an ad or what it is.
That goes with the politicians.
Somebody was showing clips of Bill Clinton and the way he explained the Monica Lewinsky thing, the way Hillary was explaining the email thing in Benghazi, and they'd show the clip of Bill and the clip of Hillary and the clip of Bill and the clip. It's like they were reading the same script. They say the same words. It's exactly the same stuff. It's these loyally type, responses.
Yeah.
But I did not knowingly, that's a fact. Knowingly. Yeah. How do you prove what you knew or not? I did not knowingly. How do you prove that?
And
you did it.
And I was reading the editorial in Las Vegas Tribune yesterday, and I believe that it is the honest to God truth. People don't realize what they say. They don't realize when they lie, they think that the people that they are talking to you are not normal. They are mentally retarded. They are, and I don't want to use that as a despicable word because there's a lot of decent, nice people that are mentally retarded. But like for example, you talk to Doug Gillespie and he tells you he got nothing against me. Oh, I have not. I like Rolando. He see me in the county commissioner meeting and he waved at me. He see me in the elevator and he talked to me. He asked me how am I doing. Like he care what I'm doing, how I'm doing. And these people are born to be hypocrites. And that goes with the job. If you're not a hypocrite, you cannot be in politics. You have to learn how to lie. You have to learn how to make it look like you are the good guy, the people are the bad guy. And then they tell you, we're working on it. Something like this don't happen anymore. Every time it's a shooting, every time it's a scandal, they tell we are taking measurements for this not to happen anymore. And then the next time it happens, they are taking measures. That's what I wrote I read in the Las Vegas Tribune editorial. Stop doing that. Let's do something and take responsibility. That there are people in the prison today. They cannot get out of prison because they do not admit their crime.
Of course.
People that are innocent, they have to claim they are guilty in order to be able to get probation or not probation, parole, or even for appeal. Even for appeal.
Yeah.
The more you claim, I got that on a writing from an attorney, okay? The more you claim you're innocent, the more difficult it's going to be for you to grant it an appeal. I could not believe that.
Yeah, what are you appealing? You're innocent, that's why you're appealing. So you're not gonna win because you appeal.
It's
It's like a judge holding trust money to prevent you from appealing. They're holding your own money to punish you in case you have the audacity to say, Judge, you can't do what you're doing. Why? Because it's unconstitutional. Try that one on for size. I don't care about that. Oh, okay. All right. Well, the biggest criminals, in this country are the ones under the color of law that are wearing a robe, that are intentionally breaking the law. Those are the worst criminals going.
I write about that million times. You go over there, you watch the district attorney want to impose a harsh penalty in somebody for whatever reason, personal or immaterial, whatever it is. Look at this. He don't even show remorse. He don't even. What do you want me to do? Start crying over here, motherfucker?
Who's that?
Somebody that was there in court. I see it every day. They don't show remorse. Give it the worst. Give it the maximum penalty. Look at that. He's not repented. He's not sorry for what he did. Well, did it ever occur to you, Mr. District Attorney, that I didn't do it?
How about somebody that wants to pay to have DNA testing done because the DNA testing will exonerate them, and the prosecution and the courts won't allow it? And what won't allow what? Why don't you have a right to defend yourself? At your expense, I'll pay for the damn test.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well,
no, can't allow it.
That's the case of.
They can't fight with DNA.
That's the case of Christine Lobato.
People get out of jail every day now because DNA proves they're innocent. That's the only thing that can get you out of jail.
That is the case of Christine.
Yeah, exactly.
Lobato.
Yep.
She wanted to get a DNA test, and Bill Kephart, Josh Vega, everybody else in the courtroom, in the courthouse, the district attorney doesn't want that.
They're all on the same side. They're not after
I
justice,
know, but
they're after criminal.
But Steve Wilson wasn't even the district attorney when she was.
He has that propensity. He has the nature to be a district attorney.
No, I believe he needs to protect the office that he represents today. That's what it is.
Well, whatever it is.
I believe that's what it is because I don't see any other.
How about justice? Does that mean anything, anywhere anymore? Justice?
And then they tell you, well, what good is going to do now? It sounds like Hillary Clinton, right? You know, what difference does it make now at this point or whatever she said? Well, that's
lives to dead soldiers' family. That's what difference does it make? That's a qualification to be president.
And now there's a lady on TV in a commercial, of course, she probably got paid for it.
Oh, you're not going to bring up that one. About the Gold Star?
Yeah.
That's despicable, that commercial.
But who is the Gold Star? The person that got the Gold Star or the family?
What did Trump say about the Gold Star? He didn't knock down that captain that was killed. He didn't even knock down the family, per se. He said the woman didn't say anything. That's an observation. And this lady implies that that's being disrespectful to somebody? Because he's observed that the lady didn't say anything? I had the audacity to say maybe she couldn't?
I believe that Donald Trump is as guilty as the family that was used by Hillary Clinton to peddle.
Exactly.
To peddle.
So what's the agenda of this ad that you're talking about? I've seen that ad and it makes me sick.
Well, what I'm saying
is unbelievable.
Who is the hero? The family or the hero? Who is the hero? I don't understand.
Well, it's kind of the same thing Trump said, that he prefers his heroes to have not been captured. What's wrong with that? The only reason that they're saying McCain was a hero is because he was captured. Is that like that York guy from the First World War that shot all those enemy soldiers, Sergeant York. He was a hero. He wasn't captured. He killed a lot of the enemy by himself. That's a hero. Where's the hero-ness of being captured? I don't get that. Okay, you don't, whatever, he stayed longer than he could have to protect whatever.
Well, it's
You know,
because let me explain something to you that you probably didn't even notice that.
Right.
People are using the word hero wrongfully. You know, now
I agree with that.
you stop a dog from being killed by a car. You grab the dog. Oh, he's a hero. What do you mean a hero? Hero is, somebody that do an heroic. Help me out with this word. Heroic act. You know, look, hero was that police officer in the helicopter then lost his life trying to save somebody's life, and nobody within Metro have said anything. They haven't even said the name of the person that he saved. It gotta be somebody very important, very well connected, or somebody that they didn't want the people to know.
A hero is somebody that jumps on a grenade to save the lives of his fellow soldiers.
Okay.
That's a hero.
I don't even remember the name of the police officer, but it's a very difficult name for me to pronounce it. But we wrote about that in the Tribune, and I think that if something is there, then nobody want to talk about it. I never seen so much cover up within the blue uniform or the khaki uniform, or whatever, the code of honor, the code of silence. They cover up something in there because that police officer, I think he was a sergeant anyway, start with a V as in Victor. I forgot his name. But it just came to my mind now. And they didn't want to talk about it. They didn't want to divulge the name of the person who he saved. I don't know. It could have been somebody that they rent the helicopter to, like they did with the other helicopter. They was giving tour to high rollers in the casino. And you remember that case?
Yeah.
This is, and this is the stuff that need to stop. How can you tell me, oh, I cannot do that. I cannot interfere with this. I cannot do that. Well, it is in your case. You call the chief judge. He said, I cannot tell the judge what to do. Well, so why in the hell are you a chief judge then? You're supposed to look for the integrity
Yeah, that's what it goes to, is a fellow judge, if they know a judge is breaking the law or not upholding the law, fellow judges are supposed to do something.
But assuming that because they know each other, they work in the same floor, but then you go to the Attorney General's office and they say, this is not our jurisdiction. You go to the FBI and they tell you something different. You go to the Justice Department, this is what's been happening to you.
They have a color.
And this is my point. Somebody had to take the responsibility. If the people that appear in court for a crime that they may or may not have committed have to take responsibility and have to look sad and have to look repent and have to look that they sorry for what they did, according to the district attorney. If the people that go to court have to take responsibility for their act, I think public official, elected official, or not elected, no matter what, they need to take responsibility too. That's my personal opinion. Again, This is Rolando Larraz, and I take responsibility for my own words. Okay? I wanted to know that. I want people to know that the case of Philly versus Philly, regardless of the relationship that has been built between Clark Philly and this newspaper, not me so much. We don't really like each other that much, but the newspaper believe what he's doing is the right thing. I believe that the newspaper is taking the side of the victim of this, in this case. I believe that somebody have to answer for what Judge Earl did. What's his name?
Alan Earl.
Alan Earl, right?
You've got an appellate court that is struggling to back up Earl and not find that he did anything wrong. And one of the biggest things that Alan Earl did, and he knew it, and he's a snake, and he knew what he was doing when he did it, he grabbed money illegally by bank fraud, got the money in his possession, and then he immediately told his tool, somebody that he appointed as a trustee, that you can't even do. A judge hearing a case cannot appoint a trustee in the same case. That's ridiculous. That's a huge conflict of interest. So he appoints this guy. He tells this guy, before the end of the year, which is like a few days away, be sure that you give away all that money that I just stole. Right away. Give it away. And why was he doing that? Because there has to be an order filed before I can appeal it. So that judge knew exactly what he was doing. His intention was to get rid of the money, and then I'll go away because all the money's gone. Now the appellate court gets this thing in front of them. How are they going to rule? Where are they going to get the money from to pay back that he stole? The money's been given away. One of the people that got the money's dead.
They are hoping that this thing is going to go away.
Yeah.
You know, and nobody has to pay anything.
And now you got a judge that holds on. He reserves more money from this stolen money. He reserves more money, hoping that he's dangling a carrot. You're going to get some of that money if you just don't appeal. But if you appeal, we're going to suck up all that money too. What? That's not justice. That's dealing with worse things than the mafia. They're doing it with a robe under the color of law. The FBI in this town, I understand, they have 30-something agents assigned to the color of law office. What is the color of law? The color of law is crimes committed by people in authority. That they do it under the color of law.
It has nothing to do with races.
No, apparently not.
It's
Maybe it does. Maybe
You're
that's my
not a racist,
confusion.
right?
Maybe that's my confusion. Maybe it's only in the case if someone is of color.
The color of law. What color
is.
is it? What color is it?
I don't know. I have no idea. What color is the law? Is that got a color
I
to
don't
it?
know because the law. I know that's not the. No, I better not say that.
The color, a color of law crime. It's kind of like when Clinton did what he did, but it was mostly lying and covering up for what he did. He wouldn't admit to what he did. And he was the highest officer in the land. He was the president of the United States. They call that high crime and misdemeanor.
And you know, that's another thing. I'm glad you brought it in. They say how Donald Trump treats women. I don't see Donald Trump. I never hear. Why? Because while he was not in office, while he was a regular, normal, average, rich man in the United States of America, went out with women and enjoyed himself, you know. But look at his stuff. Look at today with the new campaign manager.
He's got 8 out of 9 in some high position that he has are women. 8 out of 9 are women.
I know. And he probably, I guarantee you that they would have come out with that already. He probably don't even go close to
The
those.
New York Times came out with a story about women that he had dated saying this and that, trying to knock down and attack Trump. And the women said, "Wait a minute, I never said that."
Oh yeah.
They went to his wife Ivanka, right, or Ivana, and said, you know, he raped her. He raped his wife, and and that came out at midnight, East Coast time. So Ivana read that in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. She reads this about her husband raping her, and she goes, "What the hell are you talking about?" I mean, just nothing is stuck because you know why? There's nothing there.
Now today's paper it said that he got a gag order on those women and those ex-wives. They cannot.
Is he a judge now?
I don't know. He could have filed.
He's got a gag order.
He could have filed a gag order.
How?
I don't know. He go to the judge and then the judge.
The Mexican judge or some other judge?
In the divorce papers, you know, when I got divorced, I asked the judge, my wife cannot use my last name, and of course she wiped her nose with that order. She's still using my name. You know, I don't know why. I wasn't that good. I was not good at all. So why did she want to use my name? You know.
When you've got somebody that's had the exposure that Donald Trump's had, being in the forefront for I don't know how many decades. I mean, this is a guy that has a lot of stuff in his closet, supposedly. And when you run for president, all that stuff comes out of the closet. There's nothing in his closet. And it should be loaded up. But look at Hillary Clinton's closet. There's nothing in there but crap. And it all comes out. It doesn't mean crap. It doesn't mean anything. Because she has a D next to her name. The country's broke because of the party. The two-party system will never, ever, ever work. Ever. It's impossible to work. On the face of it, it is unworkable.
No, but I also think that right now they both are doing the wrong campaign. Both of them. They don't need he don't need to spend 20 minutes of a 30-minute speech talking about Hillary Clinton, and she is stupid to be doing the same thing with Donald Trump.
Yeah, but she's talking
Donald
BS.
Trump said this. Donald Trump did that. Donald Trump did. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Why? Forget about Donald Trump. Tell me what are you gonna do for us?
She can't. Because she's got no plan. She doesn't know what to do. Hillary Clinton literally does not know how to run anything. She's never been successful at running anything. Look at the thing that was in the paper the other day, the picture of the back in the Watergate days and whatever. She was doing illegal things back then and she was 27. How many years was she out of law school? 2? And she's doing criminal crimes.
Since she was a year.
Yeah. I mean, 27 years old, and then she's getting fired from the Department of Justice. And then she rises to the level of being Secretary of State, and she thinks she's going to be president? Jesus, you're talking about a closet full of skeletons. Good God, man, I've never seen anything like this.
The only thing that scares me is then the campaign corruption is so bad, then she could become the president. You know,
sure, they can steal the election.
Yeah,
it's already stacked. Look what the DNC did.
It's not.
I mean, that's the sign right there.
It's not the first time.
They were fixing the primary for Hillary Clinton, and admitted. Debbie Wasserman Schultz admitted the whole reason behind those special delegates was to fix the election, to prevent a grassroots movement from having any say on who their candidate's going to be. That's the reason for it. And she said it.
Let me tell you, this is all they do. They do this very good. You have to admit that. They are very good in making crooked deals.
D's for despicable.
You know, and look what they did with that Tim guy that is the vice president nominee now. What's his name?
Kane or something?
Tim Kaine. You know, he was the chairman of the Democrat Party.
Yeah, before Debbie Blabbermouth.
And they made a deal with him they put her over there. He stepped down. I don't know if they fired him or whatever. And because she was going to be the vice president. How can anybody think that something like that happened? When was that? How long it's been Debbie, whatever her name
Since
is?
'08, I guess.
Huh? 6 or 8?
Since '08, I would say.
So 8 years she's been the chairman?
Yeah.
How can anybody think that 8 years later they was gonna go pay for the debt that they have with Tim Kaine?
Well,
You know.
look at Hillary Clinton. It's run at 16 now, so they're paying her back for her losing in '08 because they ended up giving it to Obama because Obama was of color, so had no knowledge of anything. Of course, Hillary Clinton didn't either. Those were two worst candidates also running. The Democrat bench, there's nobody on their bench. If they were a baseball team, they'd lose 0 to whatever. Every game they'd lose. They wouldn't score a run. They have nobody on their bench. Nobody. Name one qualified person. You can't.
Hopefully the people of this nation will wake up and realize that we are losing the country. Listen to what I'm saying. Try to understand my accent. I know it's very difficult, but you need to start realizing that we are losing the country. Wake up, America, is all I can say.
You get any Hillary Clinton appointees on the Supreme Court in this country is gonzo. Okay? The Supreme Court right now, as Obama describes it, is tied. How do you have a court that's tied? A court's supposed to be for justice. It's not supposed to be tied. It's tied because it's turned completely political. You have two parties.
Well,
Four
they're talking
justices on
about
one
being
side.
tied. Right now, it is 3-3 or 4-4.
4 and 4.
You know,
4 and 4 what?
there has to be another.
There's 8 justices.
It's injustice.
Why is it 4 and 4? It's because it's turned political.
Yeah.
The court's 100% political. And we have to do something about that. The Supreme Court is no longer a functional entity in this country. And it hasn't been functioning for a long time because they hear what, 80 cases out of 8,000 a year? 80 cases?
And
That's
justice,
the best we can do?
and justice is only a myth.
Absolutely.
Justice is a joke.
Yeah.
Listen to us. Listen to what we're telling you. Wake up, America. My name is Rolando Larraz, and I stand behind every single word that I say in this show. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless our troops. Regardless of what anybody says, what are they going to bless him for? God bless our troops. We got to be thankful that we have those troops.
What the?
Let me know.